Shalom to you, like giving all praise and honor and glory to you. How about Shemal Shai, Bashem Chokodash, and giving double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutations to elect. Shemal Mappa is a Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp of Philadelphia, and coming with another week lesson, current events. You have this current article, which was published 3 hours ago on July the 16th, 2025, hopefully of the deliverance of Jacob and the destruction and judgment of Esau Edom. Esau Edom being who is a so-called self-proclaimed white man by Isney, and Jacob, which is Israel, which you have 12 tribes of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans of today, those who descend back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's all due the Spirit, okay? The Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High, and you have it where the scriptures tell you this is Matthew chapter 11 and verse 12, and it reads, it says, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Okay, the violent would be the Romans, which are today the same people coming back in the reincarnation, which this is the rebirth, the deadly wound that was healed, the iron mixed with the miry clay. This is the Roman Empire reincarnated through America, NATO, the EU. Okay, the ancient vassals are now back today, and the Edomites of yesterday are here today. Okay, Job chapter 8 and 9, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Okay, our days are as a shadow. We're here and then we're gone. Okay, but we are of the former. And you have it that these Edomites who have pursued blood, we're back to you go back to even the Bar Ashiath and the Genesis, how Esau Edom, this is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 40. It says, and by thy sword thou shalt live. And that's Esau Edom, that's his blessing. And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart and in his mind, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And when these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Okay, and this is the motivation, okay, and the pursuit that Esau Edom had for Jacob, which is Israel of today. All right, so you have it where you have ICE arrest 14 people at a grocery store in West Norriton Township in Pennsylvania, which fair use warrant out only in this footage is for educational purposes only. This is a current event that's going down in Pennsylvania here in the United States.
Yeah, Tracy, I can tell you it looks calm now, but a lot of people are feeling concerned. Federal agents showed up here to the Super Gigante Farmers Market earlier today. They were conducting a search warrant. We were told several people were taken into custody, including at least one worker.
And all I saw was, you said a grocery store. I seen a Chinese store. I see a laundromat, and there's a farmer's market, which a farmer's market would of course have Israelites, most likely Latin tribes, and different tribes, and maybe coming from the Caribbean, working for cheap wages, low wages, and keeping that place running like a well-oiled machine.
Farmers Market earlier today, they were conducting a search warrant. We are told several people were taken into custody, including at least one worker.
ICE is here! ICE is here!
ICE agents on the ground in West Norriton this morning taking more than 12 individuals into custody as outraged community members looked on and some tried intervening.
This is illegal. I can't stand this. We got to stop it somehow. I don't know what to do.
ICE tells NBC 10 federal agents from Homeland Security Investigations and the...
Yeah, like from Homeland Security Investigation, they got super big bureaucratic offices involved in removing the tribes and sending them anywhere, okay? And most of these different countries where they're sending them are countries in which they have no ties to, okay? So they want your destruction, okay? They have no good intent. They have malice. All right. And as the scriptures say, this is the book of Romans chapter 13 and 10. It says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Okay, simple as that. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. So, Esau, Edom, okay, is not a not pursuing you with any love. Okay, because if he did love you, he wouldn't be bringing this heat from these different high offices of government. Okay. And operate for the government, that is, all right, upon you. Now they got executive orders, they're bringing out court orders, and they're militarized. On the back is saying police, people are, armed from the top to bottom, having, like fully automatic weapons and such, okay, and semi-automatic handguns, etc. But they're armed to catch you. Okay, Esau being in his blessing of being a sword and being a cunning hunter. Okay, so this is ways how he can catch y'all.
The IRS were at the Super Gigante Farmers Market conducting a federal court-authorized search.
I just saw all this commotion, people here, and all this stuff going on, and I asked somebody what's going on, and they're telling me that these ICE people are coming and taking people.
And, you got E over here. E over here crying. This is nothing but a charade here, about what's going on with the tribes and such. Just because possibly you have Issachar or one of the tribes give her mangoes in a proper way in her bag.
And I can't take it. What is anybody doing about this?
In a statement, an ICE spokesperson says during the execution of the search warrant, 14 individuals were encountered who did not have legal status to be in the United States. These 14 individuals were taken into ICE custody pending removal proceedings. How many people did you...
There you go. You're pretty much a criminal. All right, straight up a criminal. All right, you don't have the legal status in this country. They obtained the particular warrants. Donald Trump already declared war on the tribes, based on claiming you have connections with various T organizations. If you're into all of those different drug trade, Trende Agua, and all these different MS-13s and different organizations, they're looking at you as a criminal, period. Okay, based on your race. Okay, and that's straight up plain. Okay, they have your status. They know how long you've been in this country. All right, you thought that coming to this country was coming for freedom, but you just came right into a trap, open border trap. All right. And they're arresting you and sending y'all to places where y'all don't know. You had this off of Los Angeles Times. It's on other news article or news sources as well. Trump administration restarts third country deportations with flight to Eswatini. Okay. Most individuals don't even know that country. I didn't even heard of that country before. All right, Eswatini. Trump administration restarts third country deportation with flight to Eswatini. 5 immigrant detainees from Vietnam, Laos, be that probably most likely Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up. Nah, that's not Laos, not in Nigeria. That's in Asia. Okay. Jamaica, so in the West Indies, Cuba. All right, got Manessa, in Yemen, Arabs, so-called, right? Got Israelites that's from Yemen though, scattered. And Israelites scattered in all these countries have been sent to the small nation of Eswatini in southern Africa. Okay, southern Africa. All right. So you got it's like near, almost near South Africa. All right. And he's sending you way across. Oh shoot! They sending you way across the South Atlantic Ocean to a country where you don't even know, man. Department of Homeland Security spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin. This flight took individuals so uniquely barbaric that their home countries refused to take them back. So they're saying you are complete savages. When you're saying you're a migrant, they're saying you're a savage. All right. They're accusing you, and hey, they're saying we got to send you to the third world, okay, without any order and without no civility. All right, it's not clear if the men are in law enforcement custody in Eswatini, McLaughlin told NBC News. That's up to Eswatini. So they've been telling you they don't care about when you in their custody. They don't care about what happens to you when they send you out of this damn country. All right. So if you Israelites don't know what time it really is out here, hey, maybe you'll learn from when you actually are apprehended, caught, hemmed up, and sent to a third world country where you have no ties to. Okay? It says in a statement, Eswatini government said that 5 detainees are being held in a local prison that is arranging to send them back to their countries of origin. That's just what they're telling you. All right. Local media reported that Eswatini women rights organization expressed shock that Donald Trump deports and dumps 4 convicted murderers and rapists in the tiny southern African kingdom. Okay. ICE put out new guidance last week that its employees are allowed in certain circumstances to deport migrants to countries that are not their own in as little as 6 hours and without assurances from third countries that they will not be persecuted or tortured. Okay, so hey, full blown all hell is gonna break loose, and hey, these beginning of sorrows are occurring. All right, it says in other cases, according to new guidance, ICE must serve the immigrant with a notice of removal that lists what country the federal government intends to deport the person to in a language that the immigrant understands. And I mean, that's just what's told, at the forefront. Okay. ICE, this is a press release. ICE officers will not affirmatively ask whether a person is afraid to be sent to that country, according to the memo, but those who voice such a fear will be referred for a screening for possible protection within 24 hours. ICE could still attempt to send a person to a different country other than the one that the detainees were fearful of being sent to. So, that hey, they telling you they don't care. All right, just straight, no mercy. All right. So the Hamas of the injustice is on. Send you to a place where you have no tie. You have no tie. You in the middle of nowhere, and they telling you, hey, well, we have no assurances whether you will be you will not be persecuted or tortured, but once you're in their possession, you're subject to anything that they want to do to you. Okay, you think that a guy showing up in military fatigues and such is going to give you some type of due process? Come on.
See being put into the back of cars.
6.
Activist Stephanie Vincent recorded this video showing agents taking those individuals she saw into custody.
The Latino community is terrified. Not only are people afraid to go out, but people feel like they're hated, that they're not wanted.
Well, you have been hated and not wanted. Okay? I already done showed y'all. Okay? The prophets of Yahweh Shemashai have already done showed you. Okay? You've been hated. The hatred been way long ago. Okay? This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." Okay, that's for Esau, Edom. Okay, that's what this chapter, this book, is dedicated to Edom. All right. There's violence that's against Jacob, and you're seeing the violence, the hatred. Okay, it said that that Esau hated Jacob for the blessing that he was blessed with. You know, the Supreme Court waved the way for DHS to resume swift deportation of migrants or savages to countries that are not their own in late June. So while in June, when many of you Israelites were celebrating and going on holiday and, you know, maybe concerned about other different happenings, they were passing laws, okay, to deport and remove you, to accuse you. It says the decision came after deportation flight with 8 migrants left Texas, reportedly intended for South Sudan in late May. So even like, what the hell? South Sudan? Okay. They sending you to these different African countries. Okay. And we have told y'all, I'm like, one definitely, you know, have said, yeah, they're going to send y'all to wherever. They don't care where the hell they send you to. All right. Y'all sitting there thinking that you gonna be sent to your country where you came from by somebody that don't like you. All right, that has malice against you. Come on, man. I'm basically about to end this lesson. It's just amazing how this horror is becoming a reality. All right, so, you know, everybody know the bloodthirsty is not going to be satisfied. You know, that man is a beast. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 29 and 10. It says, "The bloodthirsty hate the upright are the Israelites." Okay, but the just seek his soul. All right, so they have that hatred towards you. Okay, it says, "If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked." And hey, do Donald Trump, do these various presidents that make rules, that do rule and have the dominion, you have all the various underlings. Mainly most of those underlings are Edomites, but you have it that there's other tribes that even choose to serve in this government. But all of their servants are wicked. Okay? So you thinking that you're going to be done right. They sending you to South Sudan, you know, this country right here, Eswatini. And like I said, you be from any country. Okay? You could be from Southeast Asia and they sending you to an African country. And it's not for no damn vacation. Okay? It's for your destruction. It giving you a negative tarnished name. Okay, an image. These these are murderers and all of that. Okay? And rapists. Yeah, they putting on you on these cargo planes and dropping you off in the middle of nowhere, letting the cargo gate come down. Okay, there's a lot of cruel things that are going on with this cruel Lord. So, you know, y'all have to watch out. This is Proverbs 29:8. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, and we are as a city. Okay, and these, because remember we're that holy city, okay, known as even what to Zion, we're known as Zion. Okay, you have different titles, but you have it even too. These regular American cities, they're brought into a snare. Okay, they're brought into a trap. Okay, scornful men, haters out there. Okay, you got he's the biggest hater. Okay, but the just seek suck it. But it says, but wise men turn away wrath. Right. You know, we telling you, hey, you want to get away from the wrath of the Lord, you got to get covered. All right. Revelation 16:15, it says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, this truth, this righteousness, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Yeah, you see your sins. Okay, and y'all are not adorned in the garments of the righteousness that's covered when you come into this truth and this knowledge, coming and believing in the names of Yahweh Shem El Shai. So the Lord is bringing forth the sword, which is furbished, all right, and bear not in vain upon you. So I'm gonna leave at that, man. This is beautiful news and destruction, all right, of a lot of Israelites that are wicked, all right, sending you to these different Southern Africa and Sudan and all this other stuff, Mozambique, yeah, man, or whatever. Anyway, they tell you anyway. Landlocked country between you don't even know where it is on the map and stuff. For most of y'all, Jake. Alright, yeah, we gonna deport you, man. Do you understand where you're going? Oh, I'm scared. Huh, well, maybe we might find somewhere else. Yeah, right. Okay, and these wicked judges are doing it for you. They gave away that right, and hey, they can do, DHS can do it. So, hey, ICE is on. Shalom.